Everybody want to be a rapper nowadays, like that's the only way out. Till they realize that the label owns almost everything. Let's talk about it. People see rappers in Lamborghinis and chains, penthouses, designer clothes, and they think, oh, they rich. They signed a deal. They signed to a record label. But a lot of times, that's the label's money. That's not their money. The label gives an artist an advance check. You feel what I'm saying? But all an advance check basically is just a loan. It's a high interest loan with horrible repayment terms. So for example, they'll give you $100,000, then charge your account for studio time, music videos, jewelry rental, Airbnb mansions, marketing, promo runs, cars, security, travel, private jets, stylists, club appearances, and all of this, it has to be recouped. The label gotta recoup their money back. They gonna put it out, but they gotta recoup it back, meaning before you see some real money, the label gotta get paid first. Now let's talk about this contract right here. This is Finesse 2 times actual contract. On US album sales, Finesse only gets 14% on LP1, 14.5% on LP2, 15% on LP3, and 16% on LP4 and 5. So what that means is on every dollar, he may only touch 14 cents. That means the label keeps most of the money off of his talent, off of his image, off of his hard work. Let's say the label spends $20,000, right, on a music video. They do it big, get the Lambo rental, the Airbnb, they do the camera crew. You gotta have security around. They gonna promote the video. They gotta have jewelers come in, bring in some jewelry so it could be extra jewelry. All the whole crew got chains on. We gotta have models up in here, pay these models. We gotta pay an editing crew when it's all done. All of that comes out of his royalties. So say the song generates $50,000 in income. His 14% is $7,000. So he still gets zero because that money goes to recouping that $20,000 that he put out for the video. Let's say you do another $50,000 in sales. That's another $7,000 that goes towards recouping. So he still didn't get no check at all, but it made $100,000. So that's why artists could be broke after having millions of streams, having millions of views. They still be broke, and it gets worse. The contract says JPE gets 30% of net royalties. Then under the ancillary JV, joint venture, artists get 70%, the company gets 15%, and JPE gets 15%. That's multiple hands in his pockets. And on all of his foreign sales, he only gets 35%. On his merch, they're gonna take a cut. Any endorsements that he get, the label's gonna take a cut. When it comes to his touring, especially like on some 360 deals, they taking a cut of the touring. A 360 deal means they're gonna eat off of everything. So that means the label eats off your streams, they're gonna eat off your merch, they're gonna eat off your shows, they're gonna eat off your sponsorships, they're gonna eat off your image, your likeliness, even your side hustles, they got their hands in. So imagine a C-list artist, right? Imagine if they do a show for $10,000. A manager takes 15%, the agent gets 10%, then you gotta pay for travel, then you gotta pay for hotels, then you gotta pay for security, you gotta pay for food. All the whole crew that's around, they gotta eat. So the label may take 20 to 30% of your revenue that you get from your show money. So that may leave the artist who got paid $10,000 for the show, he might only get left with $3,000 to $5,000. That's before his bills. And y'all think he rich because he posted a picture online standing in front of a Rolls Royce that was rented, or in a mansion that was rented, or an Airbnb for 12 hours that the label paid for. And then there's image pressure. When you're a rapper, you gotta have chains, you gotta wear designer in every picture, you gotta have all the watches, you gotta look lit. That makes you a target at the same time. Because people know that you come to their city, you're gonna have that jewelry on that they just seen you in the jewelry store with. So now you in their city. They know where you staying. People gonna come and try to rob them. That's what happens when you're a rapper. They gonna try to rob you, try to test you, try to expose you. Meanwhile, CEOs is just moving in silence. We just walking through the city, checking in a hotel, nobody even know nothing. It's not announced we coming, we move in silence. CEOs is making millions quietly, owning buildings, owning companies, owning assets. So that right there is why I'd rather be an entrepreneur than a rapper. You feel me? Businesses, real estate, credit, assets, they're gonna pay you forever, you feel me? A rapper may only have a hot 5-year run. That's it. And that's at best, you might be hot for 5 years. People come and go, one-hit wonders all the time. A business could print for 50 years. That's why I teach credit. Because with good credit, you don't even need the label. You could be independent and fund your own dream. That means you could own your own masters. You could own the label, so you own the business. You could own your image. You ain't out here doing sucker shit because the label told you got to. With that being said, comment code if you want to learn the same codes that entrepreneurs are using to stay rich for decades. And remember, once you learn the code, you can't unlearn it. Let's go.